Alright guys, what is up? This is Stealth from Stealth Gaming here. I am bringing you more League games. I am doing these casts directly after I play them, so I'm going to know exactly what I did wrong, what I did right, what I could have done better, what I should have done, what I could have done, what I hoped I've done, etc., etc. Without further ado, we're going to get right into this game, if I can choose the right window. Alright, we're going to get right in this game. This map is Shakira's Plateau. I had to look that up about 5 times before I finally actually got that right. I want to minimize that because that kind of distracts me. I am the blue Zerg, spawning in the, I don't know what you would call this, top right, I guess. I'm the blue Zerg, spawning in the top right position, dReYar, whatever. I'll probably just call him dReYar for this game. Is the red Terran spawning in the bottom left position. I never played on this map, so I was assuming you probably can't spawn here to the insanely close. I mean, look at this. If I can find the frickin' ramp there. There's the ramp, and then there's my ramp. So I was assuming that you probably can't spawn there except be way too close of a rush distance. I'm assuming here because that's plenty far. Then this is almost always going to be an area because that's directly across from you. But I do have a few more games to cast after this. By few, I think I mean one. I did 3 games so far in the last hour or so, but one of them was only 4 minutes. Then I took a slight break to see if my school program was online because I take online school, so I had to make sure it was running, and it wasn't. So then I got on, played this game, got off again, and checked the school. It wasn't up, so I played one more game, and then I'm here now. I'm casting. So when I said before how I said this was directly after. It's about an hour after, but I still remember everything. Especially the next game I cast. I really want to cast that because I think I did quite well in it. Not macro-wise, but as far as like me holding off attacks and everything like that. So he does scout with an SCV. He does hit this thingy, Zelnaga Watchtower, which I send my drone out to check out his base, make sure he's not doing any sort of shenanigans, you know, that kind of stuff. I do tend to float a lot of resources here, but I don't think you can really help that. I was going to take an early expand, but I wasn't sure what he was doing. Like, if he was doing some crazy, like, proxy barracks, like, let's say, like, I don't know, like, here, or, like, this entire area here, if he was doing some crazy proxy barracks, I, would have not really, I was not going to early expand, obviously, for multiple reasons, but I did scout him. I do see that he does not have a, barracks. So I do, or not, or I see he has a barracks in his base, so I do throw down my expansion, which he does scout, but I wasn't too worried about that. He is able to pick off that drone, so that's an early victory for him. There was no way that drone was even getting out, so there's like nothing I could have done for that. I did get a 15 pool, which this kind of, for me, this is adequate to hold off any sort of like 6 pool or any sort of early rush. But you know, most of the time you need either a lot of micro, a really good macro, or spines to hold off any early push when you get a 15 pool. You know, 10 pool, that's got to be like aggressive or, you know, completely defensive, etc. We do have a fast factory coming out of our Terran player. Actually, that is actually really fast. You know, 430 factory. This was actually placed down a while before for it. This was like a 4-minute factory. So he is going for some sort of mech play. He does have a bunker, so this leads me to think that he's probably going to try to wall himself in, play a more of a turtley-esque passive type of game. My expansion does finish, so I do. I kind of stay above my injects a little bit better in this game. But not really the best still, but I'm bronze. You can't help with that. As far as the ranks, I think this guy is not... dReYar is not placed in any league. I think he probably just got Starcraft or something because he wasn't ranked last time and he was doing his placements or his practice matches now. So I cannot tell you the rank for dReYar. I'm assuming he's probably somewhere mid-bronze if he did have a rank. Just because of his play style, kind of holding back, turtling until he got a sufficient amount that he liked, and then go out. I do have to work on not getting supply capped, though, as you can see there. I am quite supply capped. I am, as you can see, keeping all my larva injects to an extent. And I am using hotkeys actually for once, or at least different control groups. So we do see the switch out here, and I kind of missed this huge point that you got starport. But we do see the switch out with the starport, so now this has a tech lab. So this most likely means cloaked banshees, which we do have the cloak on the way. So there's obviously going to be banshees. We have a tech lab going up on this factory, so that probably means siege tanks, maybe possibly Thors. I am droning up quite heavily because I saw that I did not have a lot of drones at the beginning. I mean, I have okay, actually I have 30. I guess I was just spending my money too fast. But I do make quite a few drones, as you saw there. I am making 13 drones. Let's just look at the APM tab just for the hell of it. I don't know, kind of all around the board. His APM is slightly higher than mine, but APM is kind of broken in this game. I don't want to say it's broken, just a new way they calculated it kind of does it, you know, make it accurate, I guess. But you get my point. So we do have our first Banshee on the way from our Terran player. Not researching anything yet, probably because he doesn't have enough money for it. Apparently he felt the need to scout here for whatever reason. So maybe he was making sure I don't have any, like, units there or something. I don't know. I do get a relatively late layer. I probably should have started this a bit sooner. But, I don't know. This is what I normally get. The first Banshee does pop out, so you probably want to watch that for any sort of harassment. I do throw down my triple Evo chamber, which this is actually what I always do in all my games, just because I normally have the economy by the time these things pop to be able to start getting all the upgrades at one time, and then by the time Tier 2 comes, I have everything I need and all the money to support it. So I am getting a few roaches. I figured if he's going to attack, it's probably going to hit now. So there's that. I am attempting to keep up with my injects, and then yeah, there's the upgrades. Basically every tier 1 upgrade for ground, plus metabolic boost, plus glial reconstitution, and 16 links. So I was preparing for an early attack here. That is until I scouted with this overlord. I was preparing for an early assault, but I figured, you know, I should probably scout. It's getting close to 10 minutes. I should be able to see what kind of play he's going if I do scout with this overlord. Or overseer at this point right now. I am actually beginning to get overseers scout with overseers more than overlords, which with this scout I do see these two banshees. So instantly my head clicks, he's going for some heavy banshee play or some cloaked banshee play. So in my response, I instantly throw down a Hydra Den. Normally I would throw down a Spire, but most of the bronze I face, if I scout their banshees, they're going to attack right off the bat, and a Spire would take way too long to finish. So I do throw down a Hydra Den. Not the best thing, I would say. Just Hydras in general, but Hydras are pretty good against air unless it's like a battle cruiser or something like that. And I completely overreact. I do make quite a few Overseers though, but this is just for safety. I mean, if they start attacking me, then, you know, they start attacking me. My Hydra Den does pop. I should be getting yes, I am getting 5 Hydras right now. I am floating quite a few minerals, but I don't have the gas really to support it. So I don't think I'm mining here. Oh, I am mining there. Huh. I do take my third. Actually, I took my third a while ago. He does have a command center, so he is going for an expansion. He's getting level 1 ground weapons, which, where's that? There's the engineering bay. He's getting level 1 ground weapons. He is getting a reactor on this, so probably Vikings or Medivacs. I'm assuming Medivacs, though, because he's still making Banshees, though. Huh. I don't know. I did begin the group spines research, which increases the attack range of Hydras by +1, which that does come in handy, especially if you're trying to snipe the high ground. He does throw down a missile turret, so I'm sure he's assuming I'm going for some sort of Mutalisk kind of play. I am floating quite a few minerals, but I can't really make much from it, so I do end up throwing down a macro hatch. I actually started that a while ago. I made quite a few units. As you saw, I am making, apparently that's it. I do throw down some spore crawlers, because this is basically just for safety. Because I know if he does attack me, and if my army's not at my base, then he will do a lot of damage. Possibly, if he didn't kill my army that was attacking, possibly sufficient enough damage to actually make me GG out of the game. I mean, if he killed my economy here, and like, let's say here, then I don't know why he scanned here. I mean, I was trying to think of this in the game. Like, I was thinking, like, why scan there and not here to see if I for sure have this, or here to see if I took my third. Or better yet, even here, because then you would see I have this, I have my macro, and I have my third. But, you know, whatever. I do have level 2 attacks for all ground units coming on the way. I am still droning up pretty heavily. If we look at the thing, I do have 45 drones, which I do tend to get 60 normally before I start cutting them. Lately, though, by lately I mean like in little custom games I play, I do... What did I just... Oh, okay. Lately, though, I do tend on stopping at about 70 drones, because that's pretty good saturation for 3 base. But I stopped a bit early. I stopped at 57, which I don't like. I don't think you can overmake drones, but I keep like, oh, if I make too many drones, I'm not gonna have enough for my army. But then I really misunderestimated how many drones I actually made. Like one game, I thought I had way too many. I ended up having 30. But that's never ever a good idea. So we can see now he is playing this sort of turtling in style game. He did move his little force up here more, but I'm sure that's just so he can take the expansion, which I'm sure I think this overall command just finished. And we do have a bunker being thrown down here, so he is playing a somewhat passive style. He is kind of like turtling in, waiting for his moment to strike. And I'm sure he'll do that when he's at 200, which right now he's only at 64. That's never good. Normally by now I would have poked and prodded with my army, but I knew he wasn't doing any sort of early harassment when the again, he could have, but I was assuming he wasn't, because as soon as I scouted those Banshees, I knew he would probably switch up his play style. He would not be going for Cloak Banshees anymore, because he knew I probably would have reacted with something. I do end up bringing, I do put my Overseers in my main army, though. So when I move out, if he does try to defend with the Cloak Banshees, if he does Cloak, I can still snipe him, because, I mean, if you have Cloak Banshees and you're on the Assault, kind of awkward if you can't kill them. But, anyways, yeah, I do max myself out with these last 12 roaches and 2 lings. So, yeah. As you can probably guess, since I maxed out, I am probably going to attack sometime in the next couple of seconds. Probably as soon as these things pop. I do throw down a Spire. I throw down the Spire, though, just because, in case my attack doesn't work, I can at least follow up with Mutaplay, or... At this point in the game, I was actually thinking to myself, you know, if my attack fails, I'm gonna take up the Broods, which I don't even have an Infestation Pit. So that kind of didn't work out the way I planned to. I do begin moving my army across map, though. He's getting another Tech Lab on... Okay, so he's now going for a heavy ground army, which, if you were gonna go for this, I would have recommended going for it a lot sooner. But he does have a lot of siege tanks, which, if I saw those, I probably would have deterred my attack. But I did set my links up there. Which my lings are actually doing quite a bit of damage. The splash damage from his own siege tanks were enough to take down 2 of the siege tanks, though. So I was able to kind of force my way in here. This siege tank stayed alive. I used my Hydras to snipe down the Banshees. He's basically losing everything. I set my guys up the ramp, though, so I can snipe these last 2 siege tanks. I don't want them taking pot shots at my army. So I do come down here to kill off the expansion. I do have part of my units up here attacking this wall, so I can at least... try to move in that way whenever this wall takes. This Marine is apparently set to push. Okay, or he's trying to micro with it, hoping he can probably do something. But my army is really far too great. If you look at the APM tab, look at that. 38 APM, and I'm not even going to bother with that tab anymore. It's kind of waste. He does GG out of the game, which, let's say if he wasn't, I had a lot of roaches on the way. I mean, look at all these. I got those guys. I got them, I got these guys, I even got these guys already making their way across the map. So, there were a lot of reinforcements to help kill him off. But, no, let's just help it. Yeah, 38 APM, look at that, not bad at all. I am floating quite a few minerals, but I was kind of maxed out. You can't really do much unless I choose, like, take all my drones, make spine crawlers out of them, make the units I want, then cancel the spine crawlers. I mean, that's the only way I could think of to spend these resources, or I probably could have, you know, threw down an Infestation Pit, got a Hive, they got 3-3, and then got the Adrenal Glands for my Lings. But other than that, there wasn't much else I could do. I probably could have expanded again, like expanded here, but that, again, wouldn't really have made much of a difference. So anyways, guys, I want to thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe. I do have more League games on the way. I'll probably record one right after this. And I hope you guys have a great day. I'll see you guys in the future videos. See you later.